Hi. We are from Group 8 will be presenting about our topic, which is gender issues. Let me introduce you with our group member.
Hi everyone, I am Farah. Hi, I'm Nabisha.
Hello, my name is Aliah Atira.
Hi, I'm Evelyn.
Hi, I am Sarah.
Hello everyone, my name is Wilfred.
Introduction. Gender meaning is your sense of who you are, such as a guy or girl. A person's gender is how they identify internally and how they express this externally. As for gender issues, it means that something that related to men or women. It includes all aspects and concerns related to women's and men's life and the situation in the society, their differences in access to and use of resources, their activities, and how they react to changes, interventions, and policies. For easier to understand, it is actually a discrimination against men or women. Gender discrimination refers to unfair and biased treatment of certain gender due to significant differences. So, for the first case and issues about discrimination against a pregnant woman in the workplace, some of the managers are making their position in the organization irrelevant, denying their promotions, demoting them, and terminating their jobs. For the second issues about women's educational rights are not equal. At this time, there are still millions of girls around the world who do not have the opportunity to touch books and are still stuck with illiteracy. The issues about discrimination in the promotion of women workers is still serious. This situation occurs because there are employers who still consider the limited movement of women, family commitments, and others that affect job performance in the future. Fourth issues about more than 50% of women in Malaysia experience gender discrimination in the workplace. Discrimination, harassment, and the burden of unpaid care on women are among the main reasons why women's participation in the labor force is declining, and this affects both women who are working and who are still looking for a work. The last case about achieving gender equality. Men should support women. Childcare is no longer seen as specific to women. Some of them are disagree that men who stay home to care for their children are less masculine. Globally believe there are more advantages to being a man than a woman in today's society. Thank you. Impacts to society. Firstly, society will have weak moral values. For example, when everyone always look down on each other because there are certain genders that are given more attention in terms of education and so on. So the society life wouldn't be fine and calm if each of them only knew to look for others' faults and mistakes. Second, people mindset that says this gender is better than that gender. For example, a difference between what women can achieve and what men can achieve. People mindset is women are better than men, something like that. It makes men feel uncomfortable to be friends with women because they feel that women is better than themselves. Third is high illiteracy. It is because female education is considered as worthless. For example, when women are not allowed to have a good education in their lives, the number of illiterate societies will increase. And lastly, psychological effect. Usually in the society, whether a man or woman that living under such condition suffer from inferiority complex, same as their personality also did not develop properly, and they face many problems while talking and meeting people in any public gathering. In fact, both men and women have their own advantages that make a profit to themselves, and every sector shouldn't have to discriminate against men and women.
first impact of the country is gender discrimination can cause many women in this country to lose their job opportunity due to long-term social culture and the cultivation and shaping of social culture. People naturally from the consequence of social gender roles. Generally speaking, men are given more social responsibility for women. Their family responsibility are more emphasized. This factor will directly affect the career choice of female employment and the requirers choice or requirer. Second is gender discrimination affect the country males to female ratio and becomes unbalanced. The imbalance between men and women has caused and several population problem that a country has to face, and it has been is up to now. The imbalance between men and women will increase the age gap between male and female spouses, which has been impact on the country began an unstable operation and the social ethical system such as human trafficking, sexual crimes, and anti-social sentiment.
Based on the cases that will be discussed, we will give 5 solutions to the cases, which is gender issues. Firstly, government should provide women platforms to be empowered and achieve in economic success. Globally know that women have less political representation than men. Around 62% of countries have never had a female head of government or state for at least 1 year in the past half century. With having an equal percent of women in politics or leadership positions, the interests and values of females will be better represented on the political level. Secondly, end violence and sexual assault against women. We have been known that the most countries in this world have laws against domestic violence and sexual assault. However, these laws often go ignored. Women and girls have rights to their safety and justice. Every day, there are women across the world are killed by a family member or intimate partner. Even in the workplace, women can experience and getting assault by men. In this case, females are more likely to experience sexual violence than men. The extent of sexual violence toward women and young girls is an extreme violation of human rights.
Let's continue. The third solution to combat gender inequality is to give female access to education. This means both genders would need to have the same level of education. There are a lot of girls out there who are not in school. A lot of families seeing girls having education is unnecessary. This way of thinking should stop, and we all need to give everyone the education that they need. For the fourth solution, girls need to get paid the same for equal work. People see girls as weak, thus paying them lesser. They think that girls work with less efficient compared to boys, and thus getting paid 70 to 90% compared to boys. Therefore, it is important to observe and support those companies that paid with the same amount of salary to both genders. Everyone that work should be paid equally and fairly. And for the last solution, we should end child marriage. In some cultures, it is acceptable, if not expected, for girls to marry at a very young age. This practice is a violation of human rights, and it prohibits women from making decisions about their own lives. It deprives from young girls of a childhood or even having an education. But it also has other disturbing effects. This old-fashioned kind of mindset needs to be stopped. Everyone should have freedom in their life and not forced to follow created by one.
The conclusion that can be drawn is that gender discrimination is an urgent problem in the world. Although its numbers has been greatly reduced, it still exists and suffers its consequence for many people every day. There are many reasons for gender discrimination which cannot be easily solved. However, as people education and thinking progress, we have reason to believe that gender discrimination will be stopped in the future. Then I hope the people can live fairly regardless for gender.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video.